Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we are looking at this picture of Yorkshire in England, and the reason for that is that I heard that the Qvengers, which is Ben Bowler's army, have started taking over Yorkshire. Most of Yorkshire, not all of Yorkshire, of course, not even Scarborough as well. So, last night, one of my soldiers had contacted me saying that the Qvengers are starting to take over Yorkshire. So Ben Bowler, the Qvenger leader, had sent his men to Yorkshire to go and take over most of the places. But like I said, they haven't even taken over Scarborough. But it's just most of the places that they have also taken over. And as they arrived to Yorkshire, they've started building their watchtowers, building their tents up, and took over some buildings, building armory stations and supply stations as well. And they have their vehicles there as well. And they've got patrols around Yorkshire as well. And even air patrols, such as helicopters, because they have helicopters in their army as well. So, I'm going to be showing you guys that the places the Qvengers have taken over. So, let's get to it then. But before we get started, not all the places. I don't know what places the Qvengers have taken over, but one of my soldiers have told me the places that the Qvengers have taken over. So the places I'm going to show you is what the Qvengers have taken over. Okay. So this is Whitby, located in Yorkshire as well. So we have the town up here, we've got the beach as well. So I'm going to show you which area the Qvengers exactly are. So I've drawn a red line to show you guys where the Qvengers are exactly. Are they here? Or are they here? Or are they there? Let's have a look, shall we? So, as you can see, for where my fingers are, the red lines, this is where the Qvengers are exactly there. So, they have taken over the town, and like what they did in Peterborough, in Tesco's and the Mall, is that they made people go into one of the shops and buy some stuff that they don't want. And they're making the prices expensive as well, which is disrespect of the Qvengers as well. So, and also, the beach is where the Qvengers are. So I'm going to tell you guys what we are going to be doing in this battle, which is Operation Yorkshire. So, this is what Whitby looks like, and not a bird's eye view of it. So, as you can see where my fingers are pointing, this is where the Qvenger guards are. And then as you can see, the entrance is where the Qvengers in their boats. So basically they patrol around Yorkshire. So somewhere around the area up there somewhere. I can't really explain it right, but yeah, so they have boats coming in from there, then they just patrol around down the river. So basically, just down the river here, okay? And near this place, near Whitby, of course, is a viaduct called Larpool. So it is actually the highest bridge in Yorkshire. Well, I wouldn't say highest, but it is actually a high bridge. So as you can see, this river, okay, where the patrols are, and in this area, Captain Cook's Haven, is where the viaduct is, of course, and the Qvengers have taken over the viaduct, and they have also taken over Captain Cook's Haven. And do you want to know something of what the Qvengers have done at Captain Cook's Haven? So this is a place where you can book yourself in and then just find a place where you can stay for a week. And the Qvengers, well, so the Qvengers have evicted some of the holiday makers that were staying there on their holiday. They just evicted them from their places and made them go home, which is completely pathetic of them. I can't believe the Qvengers would actually do that. And then they just took over one of the houses there. And they're putting supplies and their food and all that. And where my soldiers are going to live, that's not where anybody lives. It's where you stay for a week or what, though. And also where my finger is, so this is the viaduct, and this is where the walkway is. Okay, so just where my finger is, down here, this is where the Qvengers area is. So I will show you guys where the Qvengers area is exactly. So as I've drawn in the red line, so this is where the Qvengers areas are. And as I've said, that they've also taken over Captain Cook's and taken over the houses as well. And as you can see, that in this area, in the red, is where the Qvengers have their vehicles and their tents and their stations, even their armory stations, and their supplies there. And they have campfires there as well. And this, well, this is no entry or exit as well. So this is where it ends up. But I will show you exactly where the entry to the viaduct, where the Qvengers are. So like here, no one is allowed to enter the viaduct from here. But this is the entry where my finger is pointing exactly. Well, actually, I do have the picture of what the viaduct actually looks like. So, this is what the viaduct in Whitby looks like. So, this is what I mean as high bridge as well. So, there is the entry of the viaduct. But like, there is a patrol route in order to get to the viaduct as well. So this is basically the Qvengers area. So the Qvengers area here, and these houses, like I said, as you can see, these houses. So the Qvengers have evicted the people who were having their holiday in there and made them go home. They were sad about it as well. So yeah, so these houses have been taken over by the Qvengers. So one of the Qvengers soldiers will just be living in these houses, but they won't be living in there for long because we ain't going to let them do that. So now folks, I'm going to be showing you the entry point, the real entry point of the viaduct. So not just there, because there is a walkway somewhere about here. I have drawn a line to it as well. So, this gate here is the entry to the viaduct. So this is the real entry to the viaduct, not that gate, of course. So the Qvengers, like, turn off about here, and two of my soldiers, no, my soldiers. The Qvengers are not my soldiers. It's Ben Bowler's soldiers. But yeah, anyway, so the Qvenger soldiers two of them, the guards, or I don't know, probably more than that. Actually, the Qvengers have taken over this one as well. So there are Qvenger soldiers in this one as well. So some sort of shed or whatever. But yeah. Now, anyway, the two Qvenger guards will be standing here. So where my two fingers are. So this is the gate to the viaduct. And where the Qvengers are with their tents and that. And their armoury stations. And now I'm going to show you guys as I've drawn the line as well. So the gate, this is the gate entry. So the yellow line, full of lines down here, under the bridge again. And where my finger is, this is where the viaduct is. Now, if you guys are wondering, how can the Qvengers get into Captain Cook's Haven, like the entry? So, as you can see, where my finger is, so basically it is here, I believe, or actually about just here, where my finger is. So this is where the Qvengers have their entry to Captain Cook's. Oh, there's another one as well. So as you can see, so two of my fingers on the entry point of where the Qvengers are at Captain Cook's Haven as well. So that's a way of the Qvengers getting into Captain Cook's Haven. Not just the viaduct entry, which is here, of course. So the Qvengers have taken over the viaduct at Larpel Viaduct and Captain Cook's Haven. So if the Qvengers want to get to the viaduct entry, then they've got to get to this point here. And if the Qvengers want to get to the Captain Cook's Haven, then they have to go all the way round here, turn off, and about here. So this is where my finger is. So they can't follow the yellow line as well. But yeah. And now, I'm going to be showing you guys where the Qvengers have also taken over as well in Yorkshire. This area, so that, as you can see, Scarborough, the Qvengers have not taken over Scarborough, so that's good. Dogs barking, don't know why. So this area where my finger is circling around is the forest. So the Qvengers have taken over the forest as well. So, as we all know that Yorkshire has canyons and hills as well. So, which means that the Qvengers will be having snipers. So there will be some long range in this battle. So, as I'm saying, so the hills here, and you've got the fields. So this is where the Qvengers will... So this is what the battle will be like. So we'll be in the battle against the Qvengers. And we are going to be attacking them as well. So like what we did with the Merryweather Security Consulting back in the Third World War. So we have been battling the Merryweather in Yorkshire as well. And this is like the same thing with World War III, but this is going to be World War IV we are in with the Qvengers. So yeah, so these fields and this picture as well, as I'm explaining. So we might see Qvenger snipers up on these hills, and we are going to be having our battle. So we're going to have our tanks. We're going to have a load of soldiers in the fields there. So this is good. This is a pretty good area to have a battlefield as well. So because you've got like the hills, like the canyons and all that shit. So yeah. And yeah, these fields, of course, like I said, this is actually a good area to have a battlefield against the Qvengers. Oh yeah, and also they have air patrols. I mean, the Qvengers have air patrols. And same with my army as well. Oh, end of the slideshow. So folks, the battle in Yorkshire is going to be Operation Yorkshire. So we are going to find out more of where the Qvengers have taken over. So like I said, not just everywhere in Yorkshire, not all the places in Yorkshire of course, but some of the places, like could they have taken over a castle? Could they have taken over another campsite? Or could they have taken over another bridge? We don't know. Now, as for the Larpole Viaduct, we don't want to destroy it, okay? We do not want to destroy the viaduct, because if we do, then this operation is a failure. And if the Qvengers are going to try and destroy the viaduct as well, we ain't going to let them do that. So we'll make sure that the Qvengers won't wreck the whole place. And won't wreck the whole Yorkshire. So, in these fields of Yorkshire is where we are going to have a battle. So just like in World War II, and World War One as well. So where the Allies were battling the Germans in those wars. And we had that in the Third World War against the Merryweather Security Consulting. So I'm going to have to rally up all my soldiers in my army. So we're going to need some air patrols. We're going to need snipers, we're going to need our tanks, we're going to need our vehicles. Yeah, we're going to need some very good gunmen as well. Of course, we're going to need this is going to be like a big battle in Yorkshire. Like with the Merryweather in World War III. Like I said, this is going to be an epic battle on the battlefield. Any battlefield in Yorkshire will be great. And even in the forest as well. The battle in Yorkshire against the Qvengers in these forests. This is going to be amazing as well. So we will be winning this war. But I will be there as well. But not all the battlefields, of course, not all the battlefields. But just some of the battlefields I'll be there as well. And yeah. And also, my soldiers in their planes and their jets are going to take out the Qvengers in the skies as well. Of course. So that'll be a great battle. So like jet planes against each other, shooting at each other, going pew 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 pew. Yeah. So they're just going to get shot down and crash. Well, that's what the Qvengers would actually do against my army. So we will win this war against the Qvengers in Yorkshire. Okay? So, this is what we are going to do. So, I will be making my plans as well, or our plans on how we are going to win this war and how we are going to win these battles as well against the Qvengers. So, we'll prove that we are the strongest army against the Qvengers. So, we are going to win this war against the Qvengers in Yorkshire. And then, when all the Qvengers are clear in Yorkshire, when there's no more Qvengers in Yorkshire, then Yorkshire will become a peaceful landscape it used to be. And even after, when the Merryweather were all cleared out and all been wiped out in Yorkshire, we made Yorkshire clear as well. So, we are going to be doing the same thing with the Qvengers in this war here. So good luck to me, and good luck to my army as well. So, this war, Operation Yorkshire, is going to be starting on Monday. So next Monday. So let's have a look. So the 11th of Monday is when we are going to start our battle against the Qvengers. And then when I make a video saying that Operation Yorkshire is over, or whatever the title will be in the video, you know, after we've had our battle against the Qvengers, then yeah, Yorkshire will become peaceful again. So, this Friday, this week, I will be setting off with my men as well, and we're not going to get into the battle just yet though, but we'll be on our way to Yorkshire. So, in Yorkshire, where the Qvengers won't be seeing us, we are going to be putting up our tents and our vehicles and our aircrafts as well. And also, I forgot to say one thing as well. The Qvengers in boats, my men will be in boats as well, so we are going to battle the Qvengers on the boats in Yorkshire at Whitby as well. So we're going to have our submarines and our aircraft carriers and our battleships there to battle against the Qvengers. So we'll win this war. Oh yeah, including the submarine. I did say submarine, didn't I? So, anyways guys, if you did like this video, give this a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. So good luck to me and my army. We'll clear up the Qvengers in Yorkshire, make Yorkshire peaceful again. I will make a video about it soon. So yeah, see you guys next time. Peace out.